everything set up. Josiah should be coming in shortly. Please forgive me. Hold on 1 second. Let me turn this on. Get the speaker rolling. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. I was getting my son situated with some of his homework. You know, they're physically not in school in a brick and mortar, but they do everything at home now. So, you know, I had to figure out one of his assignments, you know, as far as what exactly they were asking for to do. And, you know, he's learning how to code, you know, he's learning computers. So let me change this real quick, get these settings straight. Output, there we go. Bam, got that. Peace, everybody in the chat room. Thank you for being patient. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share and subscribe as well as you come in. Let me send Josiah the link right now. Right now. Let me get him the link. And then he's going to come in. You have to wait here. What do you mean by that? Yeah. So let me send him the link. Bam, got him in. Hold on 1 second. Mansa, bring me my phone, please. Please bring me my phone. Let me see. Thank you. Appreciate it. Peace, everybody. Let's get this chat room filled in a little bit more. Text Josiah, let him know I sent the link. Yeah, my son, he's learning code right now. So let's see. Yeah, so he's learning code right now as we speak. So, you know, I think it's good. Learn computers. You know, technology is definitely the future. You know, I do live in Atlanta. I should have personally took, you know, coding and technology a little more serious back when I was in school, but, you know, I didn't. But, you know, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. With that being said, guys, make sure you go to Amazon.com, okay? Go to Amazon.com. Pick up The Sun Loves Me. Again, pick up The Sun Loves Me. Go back to Amazon. Go to Amazon.com. Pick up my children's book, The Sun Loves Me, is available on Amazon.com. There you go. Go and support. Want to sell 1,000 copies. You know, want to sell 1,000 copies. There are over 70,000 subscribers on here who support me. So asking for 1,000 copies to be sold, that's not a lot. You know, especially with all the value, you know, we offer you guys here on this platform. So again, please go support The Sun Loves Me on Amazon.com. The Sun Loves Me on Amazon.com. Please go and support. I greatly appreciate that, you guys. I am getting my weight back. I've been, you know, straight. Yes. Well, see, the thing is, Susan, it goes straight from Amazon to, you know, I don't touch the book. So like these copies right here, these are like author copies that I ordered so I can have some on deck. But the ones that I ordered through Amazon, they just go directly to, they go directly from Amazon. They're shipped directly to whoever orders them. So that's how that works. Let me reach out to Josiah real quick. So yeah. Check your email. I sent the link. So yeah, so he's coming. He's coming. Let's see. What arguments are yeah, Sandy. I mean, if you want to invest in the Black community in America, if you want to invest in America, that's fine. You know, if you want to invest in the Black community in America, that's all right. You know, go for it. No one's stopping you, Sandy. Go invest in the Black community in America. I mean, there are you know, by all means, go for it. You know, I don't know, but let's define. In fact, let's go ahead and break this down, Sandy. In fact, Sandy, I would love for you to call in. I would love for you to call in, Sandy. We can have this conversation before Josiah comes on. Number one, we have to define community. And after, yes, hold on, Master. Yeah, so, number one, we have to identify community. And then after identify community, like I misread it. How did I misread it? At Tiger. Oh, at Tiger. Okay, okay. So that was directed at Tiger. So what's Tiger saying? At Tiger, you can't invest in the black community in America. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, Tiger, invest in the black community in America then. I mean, that by all means, go for it. Tiger, no one's stopping you. Invest in the black community in America. No one is stopping you at all. Go for it. Link up with Claude Anderson and everybody else, and invest in the black community in America. I mean, go for it. I mean, Africa's the future, but if you want to invest in the black community in America, especially post coronavirus. In fact, there was an article I was reading today where 95% of black businesses did not get like any other stimulus loans or any other stimulus packages, like the PPP loan and none of that. 95% didn't get it. Hold on one second. Josiah. 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 Hello? Guys, give me a second. Josiah. Hello? Josiah, can you hear me? Josiah. Josiah. Man, I mean, Josiah, come on, man. Guys, please. Josiah. Josiah. Josiah.
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
I hear you fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Josiah, how you doing? You're making me nervous, man. You're an IT guy and you be having the 2G Metro PCS internet over there.
No, you don't have to be nervous. It's just the distance and stuff like that. It has nothing to do with what I'm working with.
Okay.
It's just you know, the location. That's all. But I'm ready for the show.
Okay. All right, brother. Well, we live, man. We're
Okay.
live. Yeah. In the topic, we were talking about this yesterday. As far as how it's showing people how to invest into the people of Africa, the talent of Africa, and that's something that you're doing with your IT program. So,
Oh yeah, correct.
yeah,
Absolutely.
so let's talk about that.
With the with the way things are right now, majority of people, not just the blacks, majority of the people understand that there's a change that is already happening.
Right.
So this change is happening, and there's going to be a transfer from what we normally have been doing. The way we have processed information, the way that we have worked with people, and the way that we have worked with technology, they are all changing. They are going into something more intangible, something you really can touch or feel, but still, at the end of the day, it produces something that's tangible. So what they call that is the digital era, and I've heard a lot of people talk about the new order, and they talk about putting chips in people and all whatnot. These are possibilities, okay? But for us as a people, we are looking at the opportunity wherein those events triggers favorable conditions. Those events triggers favorable conditions. For example, the COVID-19 proved to the black folks that nobody cares about them and they're on their own. And they learned that. And it also triggered some creativity amongst a lot of people, even in places that you never think such creativity would come out of. Now, how do we look at this, and how does it bring any benefit or any financial benefit to us? How can we use this opportunity to not necessarily to prosper, but to rise as a group of people? That has been the question that many are asking. We do know that in times of war, people still make money and make profits and get the proceeds of
More.
whatever
Actually, in
they're
time of
doing.
war, they make more money. In time of war, more money.
Exactly. In times of war, people make more money. And the COVID experience have proven to us that things are not going to go back to what we used to know them. The new normal is what we see right now.
Mm.
Because this COVID, this virus, they're talking about it can stay on surfaces for a long time. And it can stay on money for up to 10 days. So when you look at it, you're going to have to realize that there's a drastic change that's just happened just because of COVID-19. So we should start thinking what opportunities are there, what can we invent, what can we bring about to the table so that we can make profits from it. For example, some people are making stuff like they're creating technology that allow people to wash their hands before they get into their car.
Mm.
That's an opportunity because it's never going to change. They're creating opportunities of technology that allow you to wash your hands before you get into the car. That's not going to change. That's very creative. For example, people are developing a means to secure other people's data in times like this so that when you're using your when you're doing teleconferencing, video conferencing, video chat, audio chat, they are providing a solution of security, which we know was lacking right now. A lot of people are making face masks right now as we speak. These are people that are, taking advantage of the. I wouldn't say taking advantage of the opportunity. They are helping out, thereby creating a business opportunity for themselves. There are many people that invest in silver or gold. There are other people that invest in real estate. At this time, there's also opportunity investing in agriculture. If you can buy a land and raise maybe vegetables or some kind of crops on there, you can make money. And when you see the situation here is most African countries get their money from foreign exchange. In the state of things right now with COVID-19, the people that buy the product from them are not able to buy them because of the situation of COVID-19.
Right.
So the foreign exchange is now coming in, and the question is, what can we do as youths, as adults, or as people that travel to Africa, or people that live in Africa? What can we do to take advantage of the situation? Now,
Right.
dollar is higher in its value, and most African nations, their currencies are on the floor. They're on
Right.
the ground. That means the rate are no good. So not many people want to keep the African currency. And then the people that have dollar want to keep their dollar. But at the same time, they think to themselves, do I really want to keep my dollar when this dollar is printed? And they're thinking, what can I do to get value over a period of time? At the end of the day, it boils down to rare earth metals, gold, silver, and the rest of them, or you buy a real estate. You don't buy a real estate that gives you no profit. The real estate I'm talking about, like for agriculture.
Right.
I'm not telling you to go buy a property in Africa and rent it to make money. If you buy a property in Africa, that's investment, future investment, not to give you money right now because they're gonna pay you in the currencies that's lower than what you used to buy it. So now when you go into agriculture, you might have a chance. When you go into business like gold, like Obsidians are doing, you could have a chance to make money. When you go into opportunities like what Diners does, the car bars, that's taking the money and putting it into gold. So times like this, people that have those kind of stuff, they stand a better chance because they are moving the paper, the color paper, to real stuff.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? You're
Yeah.
moving the color paper to the real stuff. You take the paper and you put you use it to buy real stuff, which the prices they never go down. They
Right.
keep going up. So there's a lot of opportunity for our people right now. We have a window of this change that's happening. The window for us to get into technology as a group of people, as a coalition, we have that right now.
Let,
But
let, let,
how we
let me ask you this, Josiah. Now,
go ahead.
with COVID-19, so me and Jackie Johnson, we did a show the other day. Guys, make sure you hit that like button and please make sure you subscribe as well. Please hit that like button. We did a show the other day speaking on we last year we had this initiative, Africa 2020, 2020, you got to get into Africa. With COVID-19, is that delayed? Like, do people now have more time? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
No, that's not a delay. Actually, for people that are awake right now, it's time for them to, once the lockdown goes off and you can travel internationally, I think it's the right time for them to travel. First of all, a whole lot of people here got a break from their car notes. They got a break from their rent. They also got stimulus check that come in. If you own a business, you got some money come in too, and many opportunities. If you were working, you got unemployment. They put a little bit more money on unemployment. To be honest with you, it was not really long ago we had a tax season. So this is the time that people have money.
Right.
There is money. And with the COVID, nobody was spending that money. We were just eating with that money. So this is actually the time for you to take that money, whether it's $5,000, whether it's $2,000, you can get a land in Africa with that money. Once you
Hold
get
on.
to Africa, you
Let me
get
say
the land.
or something. Knock Measy, just stay in America, brother. Just stay in America. Just stay in America, brother. We'll be all right without you. Just stay in America. All right, go ahead.
All right. So the point is, some people don't understand. There's a lot of people in life. They just live. They eat. They go to the bathroom. They come out. They go to sleep. They go to work, and they come back. Sometimes they don't even go to work. So they think that life is good for them. But there's a change going on. So if you're traveling west and there's a wind coming from the east, you can feel it. Okay. Only if you're dumb and stupid, you can't feel it. There's a change going on in the world that allows Africa to play a large role. And it's like a pregnant woman. You can't stop it. That baby had to drop. When that 36 week is up, that baby gonna have to drop because the gravity will push it out of the stomach. So that's the situation with the African story right now. So the opportunity, the West has played out their hand, meaning that they have gotten old and they have an accumulation of knowledge and experience with a lot of warheads. But the vibrancy, the youthful vibrancy is no longer there. If you
Right.
watch carefully, 60% of abortion that happens out here are from them. So people are not keeping their kids. Any generation that don't keep their children will not last for a very long time. It would thrive, but there had to be a replacement. That's the natural call. So any group that excessively takes away anything from same nature, nature has a way of decimating that group. It's not my principle. It was there before I came. So I'm trying to explain, share with you some of the knowledge that can help and guide you in what you're doing. So for those of us that live out here, this is a great opportunity to start doing wonderful things to help the ones that are left behind and to create a business around it as well. For instance, if you have 5,000 or 5,000, if you have at least $5,000, that's 1.6 million. 1.6 million can give you two plots. Let's say for example in Nigeria, in Senegal it could give you 4. In Ghana it could give you maybe the same amount. So when you look at it, you realize an opportunity for you to go over there. Agriculture, organic food is gonna be the biggest ever thing, starting from this year moving forward. And Africa has a lot of that. Okay, out here, if you go to Trader Joe's or one of those stores, you can see how much those things cost. And when you look at where they were made, you will easily see that most of those products came from outside Brazil. As a matter
Well,
of fact.
1 second, I want to shout out Christy. Christy, thank you so much for the super chat. That means a lot. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right,
So
go ahead.
like Brazil, look, if that's the case, we the diasporans and ADDI can also go to Africa, package all this product, use the influence and the benefits we got from here, from the West, to bring it out here, because we know the ropes. We know how it works. So I'm encouraging everyone who has the opportunity to go into agriculture right now, because those foreign exchange are not coming in those African countries. As you can see, the West is fighting the COVID-19, and a lot of the West have gone into stuff like they have stayed very low where it comes to fossil fuel, and most of the big African powers are based on fossil fuel. And now the foreign exchange is not coming in. You could only imagine what people are going through. So if you look into real estate when it comes to agriculture, commercial agriculture, even a small scale agriculture, that's a great opportunity for you. So for those that think that they can stay here forever, there's nothing wrong with staying here forever. But it is also important for you to recognize when changes happen. I remember when China was coming up, a lot of companies from California, they moved out to China. And when China was coming up with the manufacturing where it was so cheap, the American legislature made it possible through policies for companies to go over there and establish. And that is how China was empowered. The
Right.
same thing is going to happen to Africa. It's African time, but a lot of people that are of African descent, they don't even understand what's going on. China is moving out of poverty. Why do you think they're sending their people all out? Because they have a plan. So they're sending their people all out so that they can have that leverage. Okay? Because they want the control when they start moving their manufacturing to Africa, because they're gonna do it. But they also want control. They don't want to be like, they don't want it to be like when America was giving them all those resources to manufacture for them. They were stealing them, copying them, and modifying them, and making things that are better. Okay, they were innovating based on the IPs they got from the United States and other countries in Europe and all of that. The Chinese are trying to put a control over that, and they are moving really fast on that. So if you are black and you're here, you don't want to go back and help, you're not doing yourself a favor. Actually, you are doing yourself a disservice, because here, go ahead.
So Josiah, those we got people in the chat room saying Africa needs to invite us before we go. We're gonna get ripped off. You know, what would you say to that?
Well, whatever you decide to do, you have to be cognizant to the fact that in anything that you want to do, you have to plan it. If you don't plan it well, then there's susceptibility that you're gonna get the wrong answer, or you're gonna get the wrong impression of the whole situation. You can also use the word ripped off. But if you don't do the right thing by knowing the right people that needed to be known in that particular area, whether you want to move and buy land or whatever, then what other invitation do you need? Your ancestors, your ancestral land is Africa. As long as you are in the US and you never go there, you will be cut out. Africa is a healing process for you. You should understand these things. Look at Diners. Ever since he started going to Africa, can you see the kind of confidence he has? Do you see how he walks with his chest up? Do you see his facial expression? Africa is a healing process for every one of you. Africa is your ancestral land. That's where your great grandparents or whoever came from. Are you disconnecting yourself from it because you were lied to? We live in the age of the truth. The internet is telling us the truth, okay? We see this information, we can research and find what the truth is. Today we know that every black person came from Africa. What is stopping you from going to visit? Are you worried about somebody's gonna, is gonna rip you off? Who's gonna rip you off? You have your money in your pocket. Are you gonna be stupid to take your money and give it to somebody? I don't know. I don't get it. Nobody's gonna rip you off. But the only thing I can say regarding to the invitation is the fact that I'm not gonna say the African leaders are perfect or anything. Y'all know they're full of nonsense. And my message is gonna be very clear. I don't really care who's listening to the message. The African that everybody wants, every black person wants, that will give them pride, cannot be accomplished without the African Americans being a part of the whole thing. That's the bottom line. To me, African Americans are like the Joseph, and they have lived with the masters for a freaking long time. They know everything that needs to be known. Some of them work in the House of the Senate, House of the Representative, in the most powerful nation in the world. Some of them work in classified areas in the government, in intelligence, in the military. Are you kidding me? Without these people giving them an opportunity to become automatic citizens, especially those ones that are highly qualified with money that can invest. If you have over $10,000 and up and you can invest right away, automatic citizenship for you. But if you don't have that, within 5 years, you can be automatic citizen of any part of Africa that you go to. But the leaders there, they don't think, they're not smart enough. They don't see the opportunity. They don't see the opportunity of about 17 million African Americans. At least, let's say half of them go back to Africa with about $10,000. Holy cow. That's some billions of dollars. But they don't understand. And I don't know why. Like they say, the people that have the idea, they don't have money. The people that have the money, or the people that have the power, they don't have the idea. I'm sorry. So I think the government could be able, should call the African Americans back. Why? The African Americans that live in the most powerful nation in the world, they have a very unique experience. They're pace setters. They have advanced in a lot of ways. They gave the world the civil rights movement, after which the blacks were liberated. They made it possible for other races to move to the United States of America. They made tremendous contribution in inventions and the American Constitution and the freedom of independence of Africa. The modern day Africa became independent because of the work done by people like W.E. Du Bois, Booker T. Washington, Malcolm S., Martin Luther King, and and to top it off, most of the schools at the time in the 60s were segregated. So those black presidents that came to go to school here, I mean, those Africans that came to go to school here that later became the president of the First Republic, they went to HBCU schools. And that's where they were informed and decolonized and given the revolutionizing ideas on how to get Africa the flagship, the political freedom that it needs. So we have to recognize what has been done. Now the black Americans are in a position of power, whether you believe it or not. In the entertainment, they got a lot of money and whatever, all of that. So if the African leaders are smart enough, they should call them home. That's it. No question asked. If you are looking like me or you look like Dynasty Mir or whatever, you already know where you're from. And you can't use a constitution that was given to you by your masters to rule your own people. That's stupid right there. But that's what's going on over there. I really feel very sad about the situation. So whoever put out that question there, that's my answer there. You can go to Africa. Nobody's going to stop you. Nobody's going to kick you out. You look like everybody else there. So who cares? It doesn't matter, man. Even a baby knows their mom and their dad. So the Africans know who you are. Okay? Just go. Enough of these excuses. Just go.
So the excuse is I'm not gonna go till I get an invite, like a special info. We're waiting for Buhari to send an invitation letter before we go. That's the argument.
Well, legally, you can argue that, but however, morally, you don't need an invitation to go to your grandma's house, do you?
No,
Do anybody need invitation to go to their ancestors, their grandparents' house?
no.
Okay, when the Europeans go back to Europe, do they need any kind of invitation to do that? Don't you see that the system was rigged against us from day one? Don't you see it? And now you are trying to use the system that was rigged against you against yourself. I don't know. I can't help you. You can't use a system that's not benefiting you because it's gonna hurt you. As you applied it to yourself, you were in for an invitation later.
Right.
Letter from some people who has a different master, the master that oppresses you. You're waiting for them to send you a letter. Don't you think that those people know that if you leave, it's gonna empower that region that you move to? Isn't that why they instituted immigration so that smart people can come? Of course, only the smart people will come. If you're not smart enough, you're not gonna be able to come. That's how it's set up, and it's siphoning is creating the current of brain drain. And now it's time for people from here to move back to create the pipeline for transfer of knowledge and resources. And a lot of people are making excuses, not seeing that it gives them a wonderful opportunity. So if it's so bad, why is the Chinese people going over there? Why are they going over there? They're going there poor, they come out with millions.
Right.
Those people mining that gold should be you. Should be you. And no way you're gonna go in there to mine gold and somebody will come out and say, get out of here, don't mine this gold. Are you thinking? You look just like them. Are you from America? Case closed. You can mine gold all you want. Because they know the money's coming back to Africa. So the
But,
smart ones amongst us,
but
hello?
you know what's crazy? A lot of black, I would say African Americans, they give you this invitation crap, but they go to Europe, no invitation. They travel to Asia, Thailand, no invitation. They'll travel to Brazil, no invitation. But all of a sudden, when it comes to Africa, I need an invitation. I need the invite from.
That is what we call personal hate indoctrination. You
Mhm.
were you were you were like taught from when you were taught from when you were a little kid not to like anything about yourself. Anything black is no good. Don't trust anything black because it's no good. You forgot that the system was designed for it to be that way because as long as that system remains that way, you will remain poor and the system or the builders of the system will remain rich. So the educational system was set up to siphon what is in the motherland, okay, or extract what's in there and move it somewhere else. But now there's an opportunity for every one of us to change that because nature has provided a window of opportunity for innovation. This is the time we have. This time is not going to come anymore. We probably have about a window of 20, 30 years. It's never going to come back. It's not a century before it comes back. So recognizing that will move you to take that $10,000 you have in your savings and go over there and get you a property or something. And it's yours, it's in your name. Do you know what it means to have a property, a land in Africa? I'll tell you what it means.
Hold
It
on,
means that
let me interject real quick. Hey, Christy, thank you for the super chat. Christy, do me a favor. Christy, I want you to email me uhuru at searchforuhuru.com and email me uhuru at searchforuhuru.com, and I'm going to send you a copy of my children's book, or if you want the sales book, which it's just email me and I'm gonna send you a copy of a book. Christy, email me. All right, sorry about that.
no problem. So buying a land, I'll tell you what it means, okay? It has a spiritual connotation to it. So in Africa, when you grow up and you're married and you have a wife or anything like that, and you wanted to buy your own land, basically what you're doing is you telling your mom and your dad that you're no longer a part of your nuclear family anymore. Once you buy your own land, you're no longer a part of your nuclear family. You are your own people now. Now, reverse that case. Reverse that case.
Hmm.
When you are African American that was taken away a long time ago. Now you go back to Africa and buy a land, even if you don't do nothing with it. Do you know what you just did? You see, everything happens in the spirit before it happens physically. What you just did right there, you have put yourself back where you belong.
All right.
You are changed now. You're no longer a slave because you have a
Mm.
land. Because you have a land in the land of your ancestors.
I gotta write
You
that
guys
down.
don't understand. Understand. Everything, nothing happens, everything happens for a reason. You need to understand, apply your sixth sense. You'll start to see things clearly. Going over there buying the land is the best thing you can do if you have the money. Visiting and touching your foot, putting your foot on that ground is another one. Even if you can't buy the land, these are healing processes. Ask people that have been there, they will tell you. I'm not just making up the stories. People have been there that I will tell you. So for the love that I have for people, our people, I'm telling you guys there's opportunity even in COVID-19 era in African countries it seems to be very fertile for uh, profiteering right now. They seem to be very fertile, especially agriculture, commercial agriculture, real estate, commercial lands for agriculture. And another area you guys should look into should be software development and security. There's not a lot of African countries with data security in place right now. So if you come up with a solution that can help them with the data security and how to align it where people could be taught and create the awareness how important people's data is, that would be a plus. And more so in when it comes to software development, they have a lot of youths there that are doing a lot in that area. And as a result of them doing what they're doing, the cost for production, if you are like a small business in America that's in software development, or you're a startup, or you are you are just in idea stage, they can help you to bring your product to life. They can help you because they are not doing it because their parents are telling them to do it. They are doing it because they need to survive. Their government then helping them. So they go a long way with their degrees to study all these things about web development, mobile app development, AI, data science, machine learning, deep learning, and the rest of them. They study these things. So they are ready to export their knowledge, to export what they know, and to export their skill sets. And I happen to be in a position to talk to a whole lot of them. I'm like a self-acclaimed spokesperson for the youths in tech. So what I do is I help them by giving them that emotional support and confidence and training in a particular field. Like currently, I'm training a whole lot of them in cloud, and I also have a friend of mine that's doing the same thing. He has a larger group that he trains in cloud at the same time. So the idea is to push a lot of minorities like blacks like us into that area because that area is coming up real fast. That's the IT area. It's coming up real fast. It's not going to be enough in cloud practitioner or cloud associate cloud practitioner or associate cloud engineer. So a lot of companies are moving to the cloud, and with this COVID-19, a lot is going to be happening there. And the same applies to African countries. So the African countries, you know how they are, they will copy what is being done in the West, but the technology builders should be able to advance and modify things to fit the story that are being told in those countries. Now they are using a lot of IM audio and video. And if you have knowledge of security, like I do have, this is a great opportunity to sell your software, to sell your SDK and everything. So for me, I'm doing a lot more in working on an application that can help people protect their information, their data, and secure it at the same time. That's what I'm working on, and I'm finished with it, and I have it out for testing. And I also noticed that we don't have a platform of ours, and this is also another opportunity for people that have what it takes to if you're interested in helping to make sure that we have something like a YouTube or something like Telegram or stuff like that, or we can have some kind of security only us knowing it. And you can reach out to me because that's what I've been working on, and I have application to prove what I'm saying, which Dynas is aware of. So areas that you grow that anybody can get into and make well. I'm not talking about going to Africa with this to go and work for somebody. I'm talking about going down with stuff to provide people that are there and bringing a concrete solution to the problems that is there. And that's what's going to make you the next Zuckerberg in Africa or the next Jeff Bezos or whatever. You know, there's opportunity there. You cannot find a seat on a table here. But over there, you can make the table and make the chair. Okay? So that's what I have for you today.
One second. The people who are saying we are waiting on an invitation to come to Africa, Dynasty Mir formally invites you to the kingdom of Odoruo, Nigeria, in Osun State. So you guys are now invited. Come and visit.
I did already. Okay then.
Yeah, come and visit. I just gave
there you go. You're invited.
Me as Oma Oba of Odoruo, Nigeria, in Osun State, you are invited.
Omaba Roruo.
Yeah.
Omaba, he's the son of the soil.
Yeah, so come to Odoruo, and me and my Oba, we will greet you. So come to Odoruo. So you guys have just been officially invited. And if you want to invest in Odoruo, come on. Come on. So there you go.
He's a prince. He's son of a king. Oba.
So as Oba.
So he's giving you guys the invitation. Oh, there's something I wanted you guys to understand too. In Africa, they have customary laws. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. There are customary laws in Africa. So Africa didn't completely take all the colonizer stuff. They still have their customary laws. You can marry under the customary laws, or you can marry under the white laws, English marriage or whatever. So I'm just letting you guys know. So some of those stuff are still there, and that's an opportunity for every one of you. And again, going to Africa in agriculture, you will recognize that it's going to be $1 billion opportunity for people that are in agriculture, and technology will support agriculture because the whole world wants organic food. If you go to Africa and you start a company in organic food, you're going to need to sell it across the world. So you see now how technology will also support you to sell them. There's going to be a need for e-commerce sites where people can actually buy your product. You see, so everything is like intertwined and interwoven. They're all connected to each other. So I encourage you guys to open your eyes and see the opportunity that's there. I see the opportunity myself. That's why I put a lot of my time in developing this technology, which I have developed now. So I can't say, oh, I'm waiting for what? What am I waiting for? I've done what I plan to do. And I'm now hoping that people get to use it and give me the feedback that is needed to advance it and make it much better and put more features that people will like.
Let's see here. Let's see here. Brutal. Ooh, nah. Bruh, it's just this has trolling written. Well, I mean, he's super chatted. Hold on, let me see. Let me check something real quick. Brother.
He's super chatted. He's super chatted. He's in China. Let him come on. He's in China.
Okay. All right, brother. I'll let you on. I just, okay. All right, brother. I'm gonna see.
That's yen. He's paying with yen.
Do me. Email me, Uhuru at searchforuhuru.com. Send me an email and I'll let you on.
Oh yeah, I forgot to let you guys know that Each One Teach One is my YouTube channel. So letting you guys know that if you go there, you'll figure out some of the stuff that I do on the side. I give back, so that's how I give back by supporting the youths, and I get interviews with them, and I encourage you, if you know anybody in the industry who you think will need the exposure in the industry, whether in the Caribbean or UK, US, or in Africa, you can send them my way. I usually will interview them. I get their perspective. The reason why I'm doing that is to showcase the skill set that Africans and African descendants, the skill set that they have, so that with the proliferation of workforce, remote workforce, nobody would discriminate them and say they're not good enough. So I showcase their skill sets ahead of time to show what they're doing and what they can offer, and to show how cost effective they are, in that they cannot be compared to the American market rate. So a startup or a small business has an opportunity to save a lot of money with people that brings about top quality work at the same time. So that's my life work right there, to keep supporting the youth, because the youths are the only thing that we have. If we don't get the youths, if we're not capable of getting them, we'll be in a whole lot of trouble. So if you know anybody who might want to get into the field in IT or software development and stuff like that, to grow, you can send it my way. And if you needed anybody that wanted to have such exposure by way of interview, because employers will look at how eloquent and articulate you are in the work stage, and that way they can make a decision on what to do with you. First of all, they don't know you or your job, you say, your mannerism and stuff like that. They don't know your skill set, so they're gonna go by what they see first. You understand? So we help you in those areas because we've been out in the field and we know how difficult it is for minorities like us to get in there. Because usually when somebody see us, they think we can dance or we're entertainers or stuff like that. They never will imagine that we can do stuff with mathematics, sciences, and all that stuff, medicine and physics and the rest of it. So we want to change that narrative by teaching one another. That's why I call the channel Each One Teach One. So we're gonna keep it that way, and whatever little that I have, and I thank Dinas a lot for giving me the opportunity here to interact with you guys and to allow me the liberty to express myself in this manner, as to share what I have, and also to encourage those that are listening to open their minds, to pick your minds to see the possibilities. They are immeasurable. At the same time, the possibilities are like almost, they are so humongous. You can't even imagine it. So the idea right now is for us to channel the energy where it's needed the most. At this time, we know where it's needed the most, and those who can take that risk have the opportunity, will face a time when they will reap a lot of rewards because of what they have done today, the input that they have made. Let me tell you something. In the next 5 or 10 years, you would be thinking, man, I wish I would have gone to Africa when they told me to go.
Mm.
Because we live out here. Look, we live out here. What do we really do here? We work. The man pays us, right? Basically, that's it. Is that what you want? The man pays you. Well, how about you pay another man when you have the opportunity?
All right.
You do have the opportunity now. Basically, that's what we're asking you to do. Take advantage of it. We all have our problems, and when we look at the man in the mirror, the face in the mirror that's looking at us, we have to recognize a few things. The problems that we have. Once we recognize that, we look for a doctor to take care of us. We all have our issues right now. In America, we're facing all these problems that we are facing here. And there's an opportunity where someone can go and invest and um, make profits. And I would take that chance anytime, any day.
Absolutely. I got the brother Brutal. Excuse me, it's about to come on right now. So I just sent him the link, so he's coming on.
Oh, okay, he's coming on.
Yeah,
Oh, that would be great. I think he has a lot to tell us. He probably has a lot to tell us.
yeah, we're about
I
to.
saw how he paid.
Yeah, we're about to
Yeah,
find.
he paid.
Brother, you're freezing up on us, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you share and subscribe as well. Uh, oh, Susan, we're going to Nigeria in August. Like I've put it out there. Like we are, it's already
Very,
out in the uniform, in the universe. It's already out in the universe. We're going tonight. That airport, Murtala Muhammad will be. I will be flying into that airport in August. Oh, it's going down. Trust me, I'm going to Nigeria in August. Okay, the brother's coming on right now. All right, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so I'm one of those people
welcome.
who actually believe. Hey, how you guys doing? I'm sorry about that. I was one of those people who just believe that people should go to Africa and help develop the wealth there. But when you guys talk about how a lot of Black Americans are saying that we want a cordial invitation to come and help develop in Africa, I think one thing that we kind of forget about is that it's their money, right? Yes, they are Black, and yes, that's the place they should take their money to. But we're kind of, I feel like we're talking about it from a point of like, this is what they have to do with their money, even though the world already, how am I going to say this? The, that's not the way how they do business, right? I heard of lots of people coming to Africa and they have troubles doing business there and whatnot. Not saying that that should stop them. They should go there and help out anyways. But I don't think it would hurt in order to have like the president or the prime minister come out and extend that olive branch to the diaspora, right? I think that that should on top of building. I think that that should also happen too, and I think that you guys would get a lot more influx of people too as well from doing that, right? So yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Well, they did that in
All right.
Ghana already, so
Exactly. I was about to say that they did that in Ghana, and they give the right of abode for any Black person to go in there, and they were vocal about it. Actually, they sent an apology, a letter of apology. An elder came out before the world and apologized for what has been done, what happened to our cousins, who completely is not the blacks in the continent were not to be blamed, because while they were enslaving our cousins, they were also enslaving us. But the difference is they were enslaving us in our own land, and they were enslaving our cousins in a foreign land. And
Mm,
if you look at the two situations, they are the same. They are worst. They are all extreme. You enslave me in my land and make me believe that whatever my ancestors had were bad, is
mm,
pagan or heathen. And now you give me something new. I don't even have my name. In my own land,
right.
when I speak my mother's tongue, you whoop me. In my own land. When somebody doesn't know how to speak your language, they are classified as being stupid just
mm,
because they can't speak your language. That removed and destroyed a lot of it. Geniuses, because they couldn't speak the white man's language. So when you look at the scenario, they destroyed every information, every record that was there for us to reflect the past. And some of us have names which our parents weren't able to explain to us because they were keeping it a secret. So that
mm.
we don't know, because some of us are from priests families, king family, royal family, or stuff like that. So they have to keep some secrets that we don't know about. That was in our land because somebody else came with this notion that they are much better, that we are savages, that we have to follow their way. But what they forgot, like you were saying, that what we forget that the African Americans or the blacks in the diaspora, the money is their money. I understand the money is their money, but the fact is this: that if you look at it if you look at the bigger picture, the money is not really their money. They are being used in a system that's bigger than them. So what
Okay.
we're saying is take that colored paper instead of the Chinese to get that land, let you be the one that get it because we understand the big game that's being played that other people can't see. Okay? So Africa is the only continent that makes all kind of resources, but it doesn't get any equivalent of those resources that it makes. What it gets is colored paper. Somebody will come and take gold and give the government colored paper. Somebody will come and take natural resources and give the government colored paper. And the colored paper is just a paper that was colored, right? It's worthless. But the system developed an exchange with that. Just like when they came to Africa, they came up with the idea of money. They were giving the dowries. So we found out that those dowries, they picked it up by the seashores, and then they come into the hinterland of Africa to give it to the chiefs to take valuable stuff. And that's the same system they continued with till today. They capitalize on it. Capitalism came out of that idea to take where you did not really sow, to reap where you didn't sow. That's the system they've been using. And we know that's the system they're using on you. Now you got all that money. Instead of the Chinese to use the same money to go and buy, let you go and buy. Let you take the gold that's in your land and come out here and make money and go golfing, just like the masses them do. I don't think anything is wrong with that. If I had to force you to spend your own money for your own good that you don't see, I don't really think anything is wrong with that. I know in the West we have the philosophy of individualism. Sometimes it doesn't really play well.
No, so I don't think I explained it a little bit well because I totally agree with what you're saying, but what I really mean is that I know you see a lot of a lot of Black Americans pushing for reparations, right? They want something tangible, right? If you
Yeah.
want to divert them away from that whole tangible movement, you have to also give them something tangible too. And I think that citizenship, obviously you should. No, hold on. Now, obviously you should evaluate their backgrounds and whatnot. But I think that yeah, there you go. So I think that if you give them citizenship, that will pretty much put the fire underneath them to go there and build, right? So I don't think I said it properly the first time. It made it sound a little bit condescending, I guess, but that's really what I mean because that's what they're really focused on right now. They want tangibles. They want it from the
Okay,
American government too, but
I,
also it should
I
come
agree
from
with
us.
you. I agree with you 100%. I don't know if you listened to my earlier show with African Tigress,
Yeah.
even with Diners. I said the same thing. I'm saying that if you can, okay. I'm saying this. I recognize the importance of we the diasporans and the African Americans,
Mm,
our forebears in America. I recognize the depth of their understanding of this system
mm,
and the people that run the system. The reason why I recognize that because I've lived with them and I understand them and they understand me. I'm not biased against them because I know the power that they wield. And that power is what I think will change the face of Africa. Because of the worldly knowledge of the African Americans is unrivaled. When you go to hustling mode, they understand the game phase. That game phase is needed in Africa to chase all these invaders out.
most
So
definitely.
now I agree that the African states should be able to formally say, which I believe some of the states have done in Ghana, they have given citizenship to over 1,000 African Americans. And I know you're aware of that.
Yeah.
And many African countries are trying to make changes, but the problem with the African countries that most of us fail to understand, and I'm going to try to stress it out and explain it to you clearly.
Okay.
African countries are still under the bondage of imperialism. Politically, they were freed, but economically, they are not free.
Okay.
And they are playing the tune of the one that holds the purse string, the purse string. Exactly, they are playing their tune till today.
Mm,
And if you're an African leader that comes out to help your own people, you get taken out. It's still happening.
mm.
So we are in a very bad situation. That is why it is very important for the unity. The unity is now or never. Africa is the food on the dinner table, and everybody wants a piece of it, except for the Africans themselves who go under the table. We prefer to go under the table to take the crumbs, while in fact we should be on the dinner table too. That's where I'm coming from. I'm saying if you're an African American, this is a government institution. They have to go to their constitution and recognize the African Americans first. They haven't done that because their constitution were not written by them. Their constitution were copy paste that doesn't recognize their cousins that left the land years back. What country does that? Every country in their right mind will recognize that their people were taken a long time ago, that one day they will return. Simple. Every parent knows when their child leaves or goes away that the child one day will come back. It's something, it's a proven, it's wisdom. In a wicked world, that's wisdom. And we've seen it time and over that the children always come back. So if they were writing that constitution, if they are visionaries, if they were competent, they would have recognized that every person of African descent in their constitution is a citizen of their nations. I'm sorry, man, it's not in their constitution. Now, you can't wait for invitation because it's going to take a long time from those leaders. But we have a prince here. The prince invites you because it was a king that invited the same prince who is now a citizen in that country. He has done it. He knows how to do it. And he's telling you, I'm inviting you. With this invitation, you could become a citizen too. He doesn't have to spell out everything in the public. All you have to do, reach out, and the knowledge will be given to you. There's many like him that are citizens in various African countries. That's what they did. These governments are not going to tell you, oh, come home, we recognize you, because the constitution they have is not even theirs. And it was their masters. They have to dance to the music of their masters. Do you even know that South Africa is hugely controlled by foreign powers economically? Do you know that? South Africa.
Yes, of course. I know that.
Exactly. So African states are like that. So that's why they are pushing for you guys to come back. Their hands are tied. They can't go and change all the constitution. This is what they're trying to do. What they're trying to do is when you guys come back, the influx will create an economic power which will force the Africa to unite automatically. That's why they are pushing for the African Americans, because the African Americans are the most influential blacks all over the world. Once they come in there and occupy the place, because they have lived in a society where all different people of diverse background, ethnic background, were become U.S. citizens. The leaders felt like them coming there will also cause that unity. It will be automatic. That's why they're asking for them to return, because they're not stupid, because this generation of young men, black men, are not stupid. They're the ones, the youths are the ones coming up with these ideas and pushing it to the forefront, because it's true. We live here, Chinese, everybody, everybody's the same. So you go back there, you bring that idea over there, and then they say, oh, wow, 10, 15 years, Africa become one Africa. And then it will be hard for invaders to come in. Because you see, Didas can run for any position he likes over there, because he has citizenship there.
Yes.
You can do the same thing. The rest of you guys can do the same thing. That's why it's been pushed.
And that's, I feel like that's something that should be put out to the forefront exactly the way how you say it, right? Because when you just say you guys should just come over and just put your money there, I mean, I'm half Black American, but I can understand why they're like, well, why? Because nobody's ever told us to go out there, right? But the way how you just explain it,
but again, you don't need a formal. I mean, look, man. Okay, let's just break this shit down. Okay, Black people are getting their butts kicked here in America every day, and after 400 years. But let me finish. After 400 years, they're still waiting for some type of hope or savior. But then they want a formal invitation to come buy some land in Africa. The Black wealth is going to be at zero. It's projected to be at zero in 2050.
That's definitely true.
But right now, I read an article today. So they have this stimulus package, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where small businesses can apply to receive emergency funds. 95% of black businesses got denied. 95%.
Yeah.
But listen, they want a special invitation. I mean, come on, bro. Like after a while, we're just babbling now, talking stupid.
No,
and some of us are not even smart enough to apply, and they already condemn themselves. Oh, I'm not gonna get it. I don't have workers. But you call your niece to come work. You call your cousin to come work. You call every one of them to come work. Now it's time to get paid. Now you talking about you didn't have workers. Why did you call them in the first place? For that's how our people think.
I mean, listen. I mean, we make up the majority of the prison population. We keep getting discriminated against, abused by the police. In fact, listen. So here in America, right? Are you in America, Unas, or are you in Japan?
Yeah, I'm in Japan.
Okay,
Right, but I'm
so
American citizen.
right now you have white militias, okay,
Hmm.
who are protesting the stay-at-home orders.
Oh
They're
yes.
literally walking up to the Capitol, all right, with guns, assault rifles, and the police won't even touch them. Meanwhile, if I'm black and I'm in my neighborhood and I have a cookout, police are coming in, throwing you on the ground, shut up, arresting you, finding you. But listen, they want an invitation to come buy some land in Africa for a better life. They want a special invitation. That's why I don't take these people serious anymore. Like I don't take them serious anymore. They're not serious.
Well, no, believe me, I understand how both of you gentlemen are framing the whole concept, and it makes complete sense, right? But I'm also thinking of from the perspective of some people, because like my dad is Burkinabe, right? My mom she's from the Davis, but she's a Davis, pastor. She's ADOS, right? So from what I hear from a lot of Black Americans is that they feel that a lot of the Africans don't like them, and from some of the Africans that I grew up around, I can say that's actually kind of true, right? From some of the stuff that they say, right? Especially my own father, he has his own little way of talking about Black Americans, which I don't subscribe to that, and I don't talk to him anymore because of that, right? But however, Africa is their home. And I feel like they made that little push for it, or at least an explanation as to why there's no formal invitation, right? The way how you guys explained it, I felt was perfect, right? It's kind of difficult to do that whenever your own constitution doesn't belong to you, right? So I just wanted to just kind of get that out the way because I was also kind of curious to myself. I'm like, why won't they just do it? It seems like a very simple order, right? Or simple request, right? But the way how you guys put it, it makes a lot of sense. So
Yeah, and then also at the same time, the people that come on here and complain online about Africa ain't reached out to us.
hmm,
Ask them when they have formally got a group together of people of like mind and
hmm,
approach any African nation about everything they're complaining about not receiving from Africa.
yeah,
So I mean, it's just again, these people aren't serious.
hmm,
Like they're not serious. So that's why I'm just like, okay, whatever.
yeah,
Just stay here in America and complain.
hmm,
Yeah. So I hear a lot of people want reparation. Look, man, nobody apologized to anybody if they're not their equals, okay? And in the world that we live in today, money can make you equal to anything that you want to be equal to, if you know what I mean. If this exodus start happening and people continue to move to Africa, it's going to bring about a lot of wealth,
yes,
all
I
right?
definitely.
And that wealth will push the hand of the powerful people to start talking reparation.
Hmm,
Let me give you an example. Let me just tell you something that you have to, you need to remember this.
hmm.
Do you know who keeps the American engine going?
I assume the American government with their own reparations, right?
You didn't get it. It's the consumers, brother.
The what?
The consumers.
Oh, the consumer. Okay, sorry. Oh yeah, the casinos, right?
They're just the consumers, the regular small businesses. There are a lot more poor people in America than rich people. So where do you think the rich people get their money from?
The consumer.
From the poor people. We don't have to do rocket science and economics. It's just common sense, my grandma knowledge. That's it. Where do you think they get the money from? From poor people. Poor people are consumers. They don't make nothing for themselves. They consume.
Hold on. Let me stop there. Unas, I want to pull up. I'll try to send you the article. So again, let me say this: I have a pair of Michael Jordan tennis shoes. I have one pair. Listen, I'm not going to wait in line, show up to the mall at 3 o'clock in the morning to wait in line for some Michael Jordan tennis shoes. Like just this past weekend. This past weekend at Greenboro Mall here in Atlanta, the line was wrapped around the mall.
All black people.
Ask me what color were the people that were in this line.
Yeah, you don't got to
So again, man, it's to the point now. It's like it's not even worth trying to. I mean, I come on here and I say what I have to say, but it's to the point now. It's not even worth arguing anymore. Like it's just
so you see what we're talking about? Once they start funneling that money to Africa, it's gonna be felt over here. It's gonna be felt over here. That's what people like Dennis, me, been talking and talking and talking. You can't come up on the national TV on the social media and start telling all this little intelligent stuff just like in black and white. You have to be smart about how you say it. So you have to economically explain why it is important. So it will put the people on the pedestal to negotiate. You get it?
Yes, sir.
Now we can negotiate. Oh, sorry. Oh, we're not making enough money anymore. The consumers are all gone. They are producers in Africa now, shipping back the products from organic agriculture back to us. Oh my goodness, something is happening now. So can we talk now? But black people don't want to do nothing. They don't want to do what they're told to do. Some of them, not all of them. We don't invest in ourselves. We don't trust what we built. We demand or actually wait for another person to validate our product before we believe it. These are some of the problems we run into over here. Black people is the only race that kill their Jesuses and geniuses. I always say that, and I don't know why. They kill their Jesuses and geniuses.
Hold on, let me show some. Hold on,
So that's the point there. I'm glad that you were able to take something from what we were talking about. Yes, it's necessary to give the citizenship. Yes, it's necessary to make sure it's given to the right people with the right intentions. Yes, everybody that's black is from the motherland, but people have to make sure that they are the right people who they say they are. That's all.
And I'll say this: people are asking about the passport. So the American passport is very strong. Okay, no denying. But in West Africa, if you have an ECOWAS passport, meaning a passport from any of the ECOWAS countries, by far this is king. So for somebody like me who travels throughout West Africa, or ask anybody with an ECOWAS passport throughout West Africa, this is king. So, for example, if I want to go to Sierra Leone, or with this American passport, except for Senegal, I will need to get a visa, pay for a visa to go to those countries. With the ECOWAS passport, I don't need a visa. I mean, I don't need to pay for a visa. I just go through the ECOWAS line, show them my Nigerian passport, and I'm good. So, depending how you travel, an ECOWAS passport is king in West Africa.
Matter of fact, I have a question about because I'm planning on taking.
Very good, Dennis. That's a very good one.
Yeah. I plan on taking me and my family over to Tanzania at some point, and I was looking to acquire land. Do you guys have any links to places that are reputable that I can purchase land and purchase contractors in order to?
There's a woman I can link you up to. The woman, her name is Juliet. Dennis, do you know her?
No, he said Tanzania. He didn't say Gambia. He said Tanzania.
Oh, he didn't say Gambia. Okay. I don't know anybody in Tanzania.
Yeah, and the thing is, in Tanzania, you have to be a citizen to buy land. Now, I think you buy commercial land. If you have a business and you don't need to be a citizen, but I'm not sure. But I think in Tanzania you have to be a citizen to buy land.
I'll still take that lady from Gambia too, because I don't mind Gambia either.
Mhm.
So if you could send me that link to that lady.
Yeah, I think Gambia is is where I trust that lady. She's bought a lot of land for a lot of people. I talk to her on a regular basis, so I feel her energy. So that's all I can tell you. I think it's a good one to go to.
Okay. Her name was Julia. Oh, is that Julia from Black Zip?
Yeah.
Yes, I talked to her just like I talked to Dynast. So
Yeah.
she has a very good energy. I think if you deal with her, you will be in a good place.
Okay. Yeah. I think maybe if I can contact her by email, I think I'll go ahead and do that.
And she's very quick. She will talk to you. She's not like one of these YouTubers.
With all yeah. I appreciate it, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for joining.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, Josiah, what we'll do, we'll go ahead and close out, man. Anything you'd like to share in closing? Also, tell people how they can reach you.
Oh, okay. I have a YouTube channel. Each one, teach one. You can reach me there. You can go there and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and like and share what we are doing. And we're pretty much showcasing the African skill sets, the Black people skill sets, whatever it is in technology. We showcase that. We try to make the world know that they can do their work here. Also, I encourage every one of you to look at the face in the mirror and figure out what you can do to help not only yourself, also to help other people. The situation here has given us an idea of what the new normal will be moving forward. So position yourself to be able to take advantage of the outcomes. Look into agriculture, look into software development, look into creating applications that will help people as they live and keep the social distancing. Look into agriculture, commercial properties in Africa, where you can grow crops that you can sell or you can process organically and bring it back to other countries. And these are some of the opportunities that are there. And I hope that you remain safe and uh, uh, continue washing your hand, keep the social distancing, and eat healthy.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Make sure you go to dynastamir.com. Make sure you go to dynastamir.com. Like, share, and subscribe, everyone. Thank you so much.
Hey, Dynast.
Go ahead.
You haven't subscribed to my channel.
Let me do it right now. Hold on. Let me do it right now.
Let me do it right now.
No. I'm gonna do it right now. No. I'm gonna do it right now.
Dynast. So let me do it right now.
Do it right now while you're on here.
Each one, teach one. Better go there and subscribe. Hey, African Tigress subscribed the other day. That's really neat.
Listen, just subscribe.
Just subscribe.
Just subscribe, brother. You did it. So yeah. All right, man.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate
No
that.
problem. Everybody, thank you for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Also, go to Amazon.com, buy the children's book. Go to Amazon.com, buy the children's book, everybody. There we go. Son Loves Me on sale. Amazon.com, get the book. Until next time, family, Dynasty Search for Huru. Peace.
All right, peace out. That was really nice.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it.